TGIF, I've taken some interesting positions today. And in today's video, I'm going to be taking you through your positions, but we're going to be looking at the 9:30 open candle by candle in replay mode to see how I think real time and what's going through my head candle by candle and how I'm positioning my trades with the information that's given to me. At the end, I'm going to share a quick screenshot of Top Step X just to show you all of my entries and exits. Again, today was a flawless victory, but let's dive right into it. And for today's video, we're going to be focusing on two charts, the 1 minute, the execution, and the 1 hour, which is our general bias, where price might go. Okay. So let's dive right into it. From a what happened before 9:30 perspective is above us, we have all this is really buy side. It's consolidation with relative equal highs above us. We dove lower at 8 o'clock. And then right before 9:30, we kind of pushed up higher above key levels. So the question is where price is going to go? Is it going to continue going lower, or is it going to, push to these smooth highs that are manufactured or engineered right before this drop? And my bias was the following: is we got so much relative equal highs above us here on the 1 o'clock or on the 1 hour chart, 1, 2, and 3. We were above the gap from October the 24th, which is a true new week opening gap. And my position here overall for today was going long, but I did take both positions, shorts and long. So let's dive into it here. So 9:30 is just about to open, and we are about to get our first candle here at 9:30. Okay. So with this information, again, if you haven't caught anything before, this is not tradable. Unfortunately, price rocketed higher within the first 9:30 candle, and it took out a bunch of buy side liquidity. So as of right now, we're sitting on our hands. Okay. Price is continuing to push higher here. And at 9:33, it confirms our first presentation fair value gap today, right? So it's on the 9:31 candle. There's significant displacement. This is a valid first presentation fair value gap. And right now, my thoughts are, is price going to continue going higher? It could if the strength is there, but most likely it might want to return to this RTH gap because it's been completely unfilled. It just pushed higher, and usually price tends to do that, right? So I'm looking at price here. You can see here, it's creating like minor buy side here. It's pushing into first presentation. I'm looking how the candles are respecting it. They are respecting the mean threshold of it. So price is, still staying above it. Price here pushes again above these candles highs. I'm still looking at price, and bam, it pushes lower. This for me is a signal that we've closed below first presentation, and most likely we're going to push lower, not higher. So my edge is going to be shorts, not longs here. So I did enter a short when it pushed into the lower quadrant here of first presentation. I did take a short with my stop loss above this candle's high, just because I didn't know how far it's going to pull back, but it didn't pull back that far. And then price starts collapsing lower. It's pushing into yesterday's first presentation fair value gap, and it does tag me out right at 1.8 to 1 here for my first position. Can price go lower to mean threshold? I think it can. Can it close it? For sure. I think that's also a valid target profit, but I take low hanging fruits, as you guys know. And again, it was a quick almost 2 to 1 here. The price is rejecting yesterday's first presentation. I'm watching price. Nothing here tradable. In retrospect, maybe this could have been a long, but I wasn't comfortable in this gap that it left here because it could have came back up higher and then pushed lower. Price is coming back to today's first presentation. And right now I'm looking at, okay, we got minor buy side above us. Okay. So these two highs are relatively equal. Just because this wick passed these two candles doesn't mean that it's negated. For me, as long as the bodies don't close above these highs, for me, that's still a relative equal high. So for me, this is minor buy side. And right now I'm looking at the candles and how they're closing and how they're reacting to this first presentation. You can see here, this candle here closed above it. This candle here tried driving lower, but it's still closing in the upper half. And then on this candle, when it showed me this, I did take a long, and I had my stop right below first presentation. It was very tight, but it was below this candle's low here. And I was targeting this minor buy side. So you can see here, price within 1 to 2 minutes, it drives right through my buy side very aggressively. My thoughts here was should have held, but it is what it is. It was a quick 1.5 to 1. And again, right now I'm looking at the 1 hour and I'm like, where can price go? And most likely it's going to be all of these relative equal highs here on the 1 hour that we have, right? Level 1, level 2, and level 3. Again, low hanging fruit. What's going to make most sense here? Here's my position, but let's go kind of through how these candles laid out here. So candles start closing above the 0.75 level of the daily wick quadrants from Wednesday, November the 12th. So do keep that in mind. I do use daily wick quadrants a lot now. And you can see here price drove into some bissies. And I'm waiting here. We are in the macro, but there isn't an area where I would be comfortable putting my stop loss. So I'm waiting for longer, huge spike up higher. Again, this 0.75 level, it is keeping price at bay to the lower side. And I'm currently waiting. Can price break above this? And if it can it stay above it and drive price higher? And I'm looking for these body closures to give me the right clues here. And right here, right when this body closed, I saw a fair value gap overlay a quadrant level, which is considered a high probability fair value gap. And this is where I entered to take price higher. Okay. So you can see here, price pushed a bit lower, tagged the mean threshold of that high probability fair value gap. You can see here, the bodies aren't even laying inside of it. They have no interest in being inside of this fair value gap. This closure here gave me confidence that I am on side and price starts continuing to push up higher. The next level of resistance that we have here is 25,830. And here again, I moved the moment I started having closures like this where the bodies are just not passing 830. I moved my stop loss to break even. And here it's either I go at break even. And again, it was very tight. It was right below this bullish order block, or it's going to drive to my target. So it's either all or nothing. I didn't want to close this trade for 1-to-1. I did have profits in the morning. I am okay with the break even trade. And again, it was a 50-50 at this point. And finally, this candle here gave me the confidence that price most likely is going to push higher this level. And we'll talk about what this TP is in a sec. But fast forwarding a couple of candles, price gives us an instant rebalance there, pushes higher just right after the macro there. I do take out a partial here because I don't know if it's going to hit my target profit. And eventually 3 candles later, it hits my target. And you're wondering like, why this level? And it is a low hanging fruit on the 1 hour. And if I kind of zoom in here on the top left finger 1 hour, the level I was targeting is this one right here, because this could be considered as a rejection block. And again, price is going to have really one of two things to do here. It's going to continue driving higher, take out these highs here, November 5th highs, or push up even higher, taking out November 4th high. But I'm like, more often than not, especially on Fridays or on days that aren't really driver days, price tends to use these wicks as rejection blocks, and it definitely starts pushing lower. And then eventually what price does if I hit play here is I did manage to catch the top here, and it eventually breaks the gun here to the downside and starts pushing lower. Again, I stopped trading after this. Were there some trades that you could have taken to short to the downside? Yes, I think so. You can see here, right here, it's a possible, trade setup, and there, bam, it breaks lower. You'd have it at break even, but most likely you get stopped out there at break even. But ultimately, that was my trade day recap. So 3 out of 3, I'm using high probability fair value gaps, first presentation, relative equal highs, lows, and trying to understand the bias of the day and where price is the damage and where does it want to go to. Jaggedness to smooth highs. So fairly, I think that it was an easy trading day. It didn't move much, relatively speaking, but there were opportunities. I managed to pull in, just under 700 against 5 counts. So again, a decent amount of pocket change. And the goal here is just to have one more payout until Christmas. I'll be happy with that. And I'm going to mark, if that does happen, I will mark off my year as a successful year for 2025. And I'm definitely looking forward to 2026 just because I feel like that's going to be the year where you start kind of tagging above, well, 6-figure profits. And then based off other traders and just like listening to their podcasts, like once you hit 6 figures very easily and you maintain yourself there, 7 figures is just a couple of months away because you start scaling, you start getting used to those bigger targets, those bigger stop losses, bigger drawdowns, etc. Again, mentally, I think it's difficult. I'm still trading very small, in my opinion. I'm managing my risk through having a lot of accounts. But again, 2026, hopefully it's the year. Take care, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like, and I'll catch you guys next week. Talk soon. And here's my quick screenshot of my trades from Top Step X. Here's my short, here's long number 1, and here's long number 2. Again, just providing the receipt.